Have you ever stopped to think about what it takes to feed 5,000 sailors living on a giant warship? In the middle of the ocean, an aircraft carrier isn't just a war machine. It's also a floating city. And just like any city, people here wake up hungry, go to work, and expect their meals on time. But unlike a city, there are no restaurants, no grocery stores, and no food deliveries. Everything has to be cooked right there, on board, every single day. Now, imagine the responsibility that comes with feeding so many people. Each sailor needs breakfast, lunch, and dinner without fail. That means the ship must deliver more than 15,000 meals every single day. If even one meal gets delayed, the entire routine of the ship could be thrown off. And when you're dealing with military operations, time is everything. This raises the big question that fascinates so many people. How is all this food prepared? And how many massive cookers are running behind the scenes? The answer will surprise you because it isn't just about machines. It's about coordination, discipline, and human effort all coming together to keep a floating city alive. Life on an aircraft carrier is unlike anything else on Earth. Thousands of sailors live, work, and sleep in tight quarters, all while the ship operates 24 hours a day. But among the roar of jet engines and the constant movement of sailors, the galleys, the ship's kitchen, stay just as busy. They operate non-stop, preparing food in shifts so everyone gets their meals. The sheer scale is almost unimaginable. On average, the cooks prepare over 600 loaves of bread for 1,500 pounds of beef and 2,000 gallons of drinks every single day. It's not just cooking, it's industrial-level food production at sea. And yet, every sailor gets served hot meals on time. That level of organization is something even large restaurants on land struggle to maintain. So how do they manage it? The secret lies in the number and size of the cookers. These aren't ordinary stoves or ovens. They are massive industrial cookers capable of preparing food for hundreds of sailors at once. Without them, feeding 5,000 people 3 times a day would be impossible. On a carrier, the kitchen isn't called a kitchen, it's called the galley. The galley is the beating heart of food production on board. It is filled with rows of industrial-sized cookers, ovens, steam-jacketed kettles, and giant griddles. These machines are built for one purpose only: to keep thousands of sailors fed on time. Each cooker is far larger than anything you'd see in a household kitchen. Some are big enough to hold hundreds of gallons of soup or stew at once. Others are designed to grill dozens of burgers or fry hundreds of eggs in a single batch. The equipment is designed to work under constant strain without breaking down, even while the ship is moving through rough seas. The layout of the galley is also built for efficiency. Every machine has a place. Every sailor working inside knows their role, and the process runs like clockwork. If one cooker goes down, others immediately pick up the slack. This level of preparation is what ensures no sailor ever misses a meal, no matter what's happening on the ship. The real stars of the galley are the steam-jacketed kettles and giant ovens. A single kettle can cook over 80 gallons of food at once. That's enough to serve hundreds of sailors in a single sitting. Dozens of these kettles work together, churning out soups, stews, sauces, and pasta around the clock. Alongside them are industrial griddles that can cook eggs, pancakes, or burgers in massive batches. These griddles are so large that one sailor can stand at each end, flipping food constantly. At the same time, high-capacity ovens bake trays of bread, cakes, and even pizza for the crew. Everything runs in parallel, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner can be prepared without delay. To keep things moving, the cooks rotate between machines. While one group prepares scrambled eggs, another stirs giant kettles of oatmeal. Meanwhile, others are baking bread or prepping vegetables. By the time one meal ends, preparations for the next one are already in motion. Just think about breakfast alone. For 5,000 sailors, The galley needs more than a dozen massive cookers working at once. They prepare scrambled eggs by the hundreds of pounds, fry bacon in bulk, and make gallons of coffee that never seem to run out. And all this happens before most sailors have even started their day. By lunch, the same cookers are used for pasta, rice, chicken, or burgers. The menus rotate to keep things from becoming repetitive. But the workload never slows down. Dinner is often the heaviest meal of the day, featuring everything from steaks to seafood, depending on supplies. Each cooker plays a role in making sure sailors finish the day with a hot meal. Even snacks and desserts are prepared on a large scale. Cookies, cakes, and fresh bread are baked daily to keep morale high. For sailors far from home, a small treat can feel like a huge comfort, and it all comes from the same cookers, running non-stop to produce both meals and morale. Let's break down the numbers to understand just how big the operation really is. The ship consumes nearly 18,000 pounds of food every single day. That includes meats, vegetables, bread, dairy, and drinks. Multiply that by a week, and you're looking at more than 120,000 pounds of food. To handle this demand, about 10 to 12 industrial cookers are always in use. Some are dedicated to hot meals, while others handle side dishes or soups. Together, they work like a synchronized system, each machine playing its part in delivering thousands of plates every day. This system doesn't allow for mistakes. If one cooker breaks or one batch is ruined, the entire crew could go hungry. That's why the Navy invests in backup equipment, strict maintenance schedules, and well-trained staff who know how to fix issues on the spot. Behind every massive cooker is a team of hard-working sailors, known as culinary specialists. They are trained not only in cooking, but in running an industrial-scale kitchen. These sailors wake up earlier than everyone else, and often finish their day long after others are asleep. Their work isn't easy. They chop thousands of vegetables, handle boiling kettles of soup, and lift trays heavier than most gym weights. And they do all of this while the ship rocks back and forth on the ocean waves. Every meal requires discipline, teamwork, and a focus that doesn't waver under pressure. Culinary specialists often describe the galley as a battlefield of its own. It's hot, crowded, and always noisy, with machines running and sailors shouting orders. But without them, the ship wouldn't function. Jets wouldn't fly, weapons wouldn't operate, and missions wouldn't succeed without a well-fed crew. Cooking for 5,000 people doesn't just happen, it requires precise timing. Meals are scheduled in strict rotations, and sailors eat in shifts. If one shift runs late, it can cause delays across the ship's operations. That's why the galley works like a military operation in itself. Cooks start preparing for breakfast hours before dawn. While sailors are still sleeping, ovens are baking, kettles are boiling, and griddles are heating. By the time the first group arrives, everything is ready. As soon as breakfast ends, preparations for lunch begin, and the cycle continues without pause. This relentless rhythm is the only way to keep everyone fed. On a carrier, there's no day off from cooking. The galleys run every day of the year, even on holidays. And while civilians might take a break from work, sailors at sea know that the galley never sleeps. Food isn't just about taste on a carrier, it's about energy. Sailors work long, exhausting hours, often in extreme conditions. Each person needs about 4,000 calories a day to stay sharp and focused. Without the right nutrition, performance can drop, and in the Navy, that can be dangerous. The cookers help deliver meals packed with calories, protein, and energy, whether it's a stack of pancakes in the morning or a steak dinner at night. Every plate is designed to keep sailors fueled for duty. Even drinks like milk, juice, and coffee are served in massive quantities to keep energy levels up. This isn't luxury, it's survival. The success of missions depends on every sailor being ready, alert, and focused, and none of that happens without food prepared by those massive cookers running around the clock. Cooking on land is challenging enough, but cooking at sea adds another layer of difficulty. The ship rocks constantly, supplies are limited, and space is tight. Yet, the galley must keep working through all of it. Even during storms, the cookers run, and sailors still line up for meals. Storage is another huge challenge a carrier has. To store enough food for weeks, or even months at sea, giant refrigerators and freezers hold supplies, but planning is crucial. If something runs out, there's no store to restock, it's gone until the next supply ship arrives. Despite these challenges, the system rarely fails. The combination of reliable cookers, skilled culinary specialists, and careful planning makes sure sailors never go hungry. It's a reminder that even in the toughest conditions, the Navy keeps everything under control. Modern carriers have upgraded kitchens with advanced technology. Cookers are designed to heat quickly, use less fuel, and handle constant use without breaking. Digital controls help regulate temperature, making sure food is cooked evenly. Even in massive batches, efficiency is key. Machines are placed strategically so one team can manage multiple cookers at once. Food is moved quickly from preparation to serving lines, ensuring sailors don't wait too long for their meals. Even the waste is handled carefully, with leftovers recycled into the ship's disposal systems.